Okay guys, so we've made it to Ennis, Texas, here at the Certainteed plant. And it's been a long morning. I got here about 7:30, and when I tried to check in out front, they told me that their conveyor belts had broken. So I've been here for 4 hours. I'm next in line to unload. That's a fella I just met, Cody, who just started with Oakley. He got a beautiful truck, and we're carrying the same product. But as you can see, he just started unloading. The way it works here is you just lift it up, open up your little small gate there, and it dumps down into an underground pit. So yeah, it's been a frustrating delivery so far, but you know, it happens. So yeah, they were down with that repair for probably a good two and a half hours, I'm guessing, and there was like 5 trucks already in front of me that were, you know, we were all waiting. So this truck over here just unloaded, and he pulled around and probably just sweeping out a little, checking his stuff. And then you come out this way, you go that way back out to the scale. That's how it works. I-45 is just about a quarter of a mile over in that direction. So just to give you a reference, we're in Ennis, Texas. And unfortunately, I was pretty excited because my dispatcher already had me set up after this delivery to go to Durant, Oklahoma, to pick up a load that would deliver Wednesday morning in North Little Rock. So I was going to be able to get home later today and then be off for the 4th. But I don't know how that plan is gonna. I mean, I've already lost that load. He's already taken that load off of me, because at this point I can't get there to Durant before they stop shipping. I think they quit at 3 p.m. and it's about a 2.5 hour drive from here, and I'm not even empty yet. So in fact, it's going to be hard to get a load, I'm expecting. You know, there's not a whole lot of places that load after 3 p.m. So I don't know what's going to happen. I hope he might just deadhead me back home so I can pick up there in North Little Rock Wednesday morning. I don't know yet. But that's what's going on. I've already got my tarp rode off. Got my suspension dropped. I'm ready to go. Let me give you a peek again. I showed this to you on the last video, but it's just dark brown roofing granules. That's a good look at it. Just waiting, just waiting. So each unload takes about, I'd say about 40 minutes. Somewhere in that ballpark to fully unload. I'll try to give you a little shot of this. You've seen it before though. All right, more later. Okay folks, so here we are in Sapulpa, Oklahoma at Real Alloys. I picked up here about a month ago. You may have seen this type of video before. You see they got aluminum ingots up there. And there's another Oakley driver that's over here unloading some turnings. But as you can see, it's been rainy all morning, and they don't like to load this stuff and get it wet. So we've actually had to wait about an hour and a half to get in here because it's been raining. So hopefully it holds off here for a few minutes. But I've got my tarp rolled back. He's backed me up into position here. And I've got my bows moved out of the way. So we're getting these little aluminum cones, what we call them. I think the trade name for it is aluminum diox. And this delivers to a Nucor plant up in Hickman, Arkansas, which is Blytheville, Arkansas. A lot of steel industry up there. And what I heard, somebody that works there told me last time I delivered there that they put these little aluminum diox cones in the molten steel to take out the oxygen. So I don't know how truthful that is, but that's what a guy that worked there told me. So here comes my loader. It's gonna be noisy, but I'll let you hear and see a bucket. He said he's gonna plan on putting about 3 buckets in the rear, 3 in the front, and then we'll kind of finish off in the middle to balance out. Looks like he's starting in the front. Yeah, noisy load, noisy load. And just so you can get a close-up of this, here's what we'll haul them. We call them aluminum cones. Okay, well, that's it for now. Okay, folks. So hey, it's Friday morning, about 6:40. I just scaled into the Nucor plant here in Blytheville, Arkansas, or Hickman, Arkansas, whichever you prefer. There's a lot of steel industry back in here within a 2 or 3 mile stretch. We've got this load of aluminum diox cones that I picked up in Sapulpa, Oklahoma. I've delivered this load here once before, a couple months ago, so I kind of remember where I'm going here. Just giving you a look. They quit receiving this product at 2 p.m. so I couldn't get it here yesterday. I camped out at a truck stop just like 3 or 4 miles away. Just got up and drove in. It's a big place. The last time I was here, I remember the guy that was helping me unload said that they use this aluminum diox as their melting metal, you know, to making steel. And they put this stuff in there to remove the oxygen. All right, now where do I go? Let's see, I think I got to take another right. See if I can read this sign here. Okay, well, it says everything to the right. I guess that's me. Alloy contract. I remember the last time I delivered here, they sent a truck out that guided me in. But not today. Look at that water falling to the left there. I don't know if you can see that. Some sort of cooling area, I suppose. So my dispatcher has already told me that after I make this delivery, to head on back to North Little Rock. He's going to have me pick up a load from Alltech Recycling that will deliver Monday morning to either Jackson, Tennessee or Troy, Missouri. So I'll be getting home kind of early today. That's cool. I haven't filmed a lot this week. Yeah, just didn't do a lot of material this week. There's a lot of rainy weather. A couple of places I'd already been to and filmed from before. Let's see, I think, let's see, where do I go here? Let's see if I can read this sign. Alright. I think I gotta keep going this way. Hope I'm going the right way. Days ago, I got an email from a real nice fella named Jeff. Lives over in West Texas. He's been trucking a long time, has his own truck, but he's been tuning in to my videos and watching the Oakley podcast and about ready to seriously look at joining Oakley. So he had emailed me and asked me to give him a call. So I called him yesterday and we talked for about half an hour, and I sent his name and contact info to a recruiter last night. So he'll be getting contacted, starting the conversation soon. So good luck with that, Jeff. Nice fella. Okay, I mean, somebody's gonna come out here and catch me here in a minute, but I think the building I delivered to is the one up here to the right. Kind of looks familiar. Let's see. I think I'll have to turn to the left and then back up and dump in this building just to my right. Let's pull up and see if I can find anybody. Just giving you a look, not something you see every day. Let's see. Yeah, I can see some cones on the ground here. That's where I dumped last time, but that's, I'm just gonna pull over here and kind of get, untarped and all of that. I got a forklift coming around behind me, so I'm going to stop. But I'm going to pull over here and kind of get prepared and hope somebody comes to tell me what to do. Because I got two different sizes of product in that bin. Some real smaller pieces than what I'm carrying, and then some of what I am carrying. So he might have me angle in to a certain spot, so I'm just going to stop here and get prepared. Well, guys, I'm letting my trailer back down. I just dumped the product out, but they ended up moving me a little further, about 100 yards down the lot here, where I pulled into this building and dumped where all those aluminum cones just kind of fell through a big metal grate. So the product went just underground. Never unloaded this product like that before. Kind of like with, roofing granules. So there's another truck behind me, so I'm going to go ahead and pull out. I would get out and show you some of it, but since there's another fella trying to get in right now, I'm just going to move on over here to the holding area. And I'll get my mud flaps back on and roll my tarp on. He's already signed my paperwork. Pretty easy dump. Like I told you earlier, I had backed into this place over here to the left, because that's where I delivered before. But the unloader guy caught me as I was backing in there and told me that he wanted me over here in this other facility. So he caught me just in time. I'm glad he did though, because that was easier, you know, just a pull through area. Alright, so I'm just going to pull over here. Get my trailer ready to go, and then we'll head back out to the scale. See that door there just to the left? That's where I originally backed in and was going to dump, because that's where I had delivered before. But not so this time. All right, everybody. So I got dumped back there. I'm still in the new core grounds. And I pulled over, and I had to sweep it out. There was little pieces of aluminum there in the trailer, so I did make a pass through with my broom. Got my mud flaps put back on, tarp back over. Took a few minutes, you know. But we're back to the exit scale. We just gotta hop on the scale and take our paperwork inside. And then I'm gonna go out to the holding lot up ahead there, call the dispatcher and make sure he still wants me to head to North Little Rock. Just giving you a look at this. You can see there's several trucks over to the left trying to scale in. All right, more later. All right, folks. Hey, we're getting off of I-55 south onto I-40 west here around the West Memphis, Arkansas area. And I wanted to show you guys something here in a couple of miles. Kind of a new development for us folks that drive through here a lot. And for you drivers that do drive this area a lot, you'll be familiar with this. But see this sign here, truck parking available? I said something about the spaces available, but that's not accurate. But those of you that have driven this area often know that, you know, there had been a couple of small truck parking areas right up here as you're heading west on I-40, and you know, they had no facilities, just a spot where you could park, and they were very old, very bad shape, holes all over the place, no porta potties, no restrooms, no nothing. Now I'm going to show you this because the state of Arkansas, I guess is who did it, has done some work on one of these. Here's another sign, truck parking area 1 mile. So at some point decades ago, this might have been a weigh station or an inspection station, a rest area, I don't know, but for a long time it's just been a truck parking area. You see that from time to time where they'll take an old rest area or weigh station and they'll just remove all the stuff from there and make it a truck parking area. So that's what we're dealing with here. But this one, there's two of them, but this one I'm going to pull into over the past few months, they tore it up, tore up the concrete and all, and rebuilt it. So here's the first one. There's a second one on down the road about half a mile, but it hasn't been reworked yet. It's just a tiny little place. But this is the new one. It just opened up a month or so ago. I'm gonna give you a look at it. It's got like 82 parking spots, if I remember right. I heard a radio report on this a couple of weeks ago, right after it opened. I'm just going to kind of give you a look here. Got nice, big, slanted parking spots. Got a few porta potties and trash dumpsters around. Several lanes, you know, that you can pull into. I've camped out here once so far, a couple weeks ago, but just giving you a look. It's nothing fancy, but it does have a good parking lot. Nice, big parking spaces, angled. And a great improvement to what was here before is the point. And the number I heard on the cost of this was like $8 million to tear this up and redo it in the current form. It'd have been nicer if they could have built a facility here with some restrooms. You know, that would have been great, but you know, at least they did this. This is better. So I'm going to pull in here, take a short break, look at my new work order, and just wanted to give you a look at this. All right, more later. Okay, folks, here we are at All-Tech Recycling. I've already scaled in, just pulling around the building to get into the loading position. I can see now that there is already an Oakley truck in the process of loading. So I'll have to just kind of pull over here and wait a minute. So I'm just gonna, there's the loader right there. I'll pull up here, maybe you can see. So I'm gonna stop here and get my tarp rolled off, and I'll be next. All right, guys, so I'm in the loading position here at All-Tech Recycling. He just put the first load into the rear section. You know, if all goes well, sometimes when he dumps those loads in there, I don't have to remove my bows because he can lift up high enough and dump over them, but sometimes it'll jostle a bow out of its holder, so I'll have to check it once I get loaded. Sometimes I have to climb in there and put the bows back in their place anyway, maybe one or two. But here's a look. Basically this stuff takes Zorba and sorts it out. You can see that machine there sorting, you know, and it's coming out here different stuff. All right, so that's 2 buckets, and this load goes to Jackson, Tennessee, to the Most Incorporated facility that makes engine blocks for Toyota. I got a 9:30 Monday a.m. appointment, so that's cool. I could get up and leave either early Monday morning, or I might leave late Sunday afternoon and get part of the way. All right, so here comes bucket number 3. I think what he does is he puts 3 in the back, 3 in the front, and it kind of finishes in the middle. So that's how it works. I've filmed from here several times before. So when we're done, I'll have to back up a little bit and then just make a curve out of here, go back around to the front, get on the scale, see how it looks. Sometimes you have to come back and get a little more put on. A couple times I've had to go over there because I've been too heavy and dump some. So hopefully it works out where it's perfect and I don't have to come back around.